Honestly, I had a lot going on in the past couple of years. I was pretty addicted to drinking a lot. I'm going on 10 months now, but I decided this year to get sober. I quickly noticed that the drinking and like using that to like get loose, it's the same as just telling yourself you can relax and taking a minute to like have a deep breath.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need a substance to like get you into that zone. It's really, it's all your mindset. You portray like this big party lifestyle a lot in the hip hop genre and throwing cash around and stuff like that. That's not all it is. Like, we are real people. We do have emotions too. I'm trying to get to that side of the music now, rather than just like, oh, look at me, I'm flashing things around and this is what I own. No, it's not about that.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Richard Fortin Presents episode 40-something. And it's exciting to get into a groove here with you, Adam. The show is like getting more consistent. And it's fun because now I'm at the point where I get to bring back some of my faves. Because we're in the 40s and I want to come back and touch base with some people that we've already heard from, but it was a while ago because it's taking me a while to get consistent with this show, but it is happening.
Hey man, it looks awesome and thank you for having me. I really dig the whole podcast vibe. Super cool.
Yeah, I love it. I love having you here. This is MPC Smoke. If you don't know of him, you do now. And I want you to go check out the channels because there's new content coming out all the time with you.
Yeah, all the time. We actually just dropped a music video the other day.
I saw that.
A animated video as well, just like the following 2 days after, I think. So yeah, we try and stay pretty consistent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. That's great. Well, thanks for coming back, man.
Anytime. I really enjoy it here. So
you have a couple shows coming up real soon in Sudbury, eh?
Yeah, we're keeping pretty busy. So right now we've got we're gonna be opening up for Roni on April 20th. So that's just around the corner, literally, and that's probably the biggest show that I've ever done. So that's gonna be pretty cool. We're doing it at the HQ nightclub.
Yep.
Doors open at 10.
Okay.
And tickets are $40 a piece. They're still available. So anybody that wants to come out, you
go.
Come on, pop by.
Well, you never know. I like taking a little road trip to Sudbury sometimes and getting it.
I've never done it personally, so this will be a first for me.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
And you're signing, so basically you got a nice little team situation happening. Tell me about the expansion of your team, the music creators that you're collaborating with.
Okay, so it all started out when I first moved to North Bay. I had a lot of people that were interested in recording just because I knew kind of what I was doing. So I would always have them over and have them record. And now it's just come to the point where we've gotten so professional at it that I'm actually taking on a lot of people and signing them onto a team that we started called MPC Sounds. So we started a new Instagram for that on the side. Yeah. And we've got 4 artists signed to our roster, as well as a producer and a videographer. And everything's coming along really nicely. It's getting really professional, and we're really starting to kick it off this year. So
that's excellent.
Yeah,
that's excellent. You are, of course, managing many different things simultaneously.
Correct. Yes.
You make like that shirt you have on.
Yeah. So
you do custom apparel.
I dabble in making my own merch, and I've kind of picked it up for doing it for a few other people as well. So my name's gotten out in a few different ways. I like to be creative. Yeah, I never a dull moment. I like to create all the time. So whether it's making merchandise and like shirts, or even just painting, or making a song for me, or making a song for somebody else and helping them mix and master it, making their album covers, whatever it may be. I always try and stay busy.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you think has helped you in the last little bit you seem to be pumping out more creative work than you have been. What's going on? What's helped you catalyze that?
Honestly, I had a lot going on in the past couple of years. I was pretty addicted to drinking a lot, and I decided this year, I'm going on 10 months now, but I decided this year to get sober. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
So for 10 months, you've not had a drink?
Not a drop.
And how are you feeling?
Amazing. I'm way more productive, that's for sure. Yeah. And I don't have like so much fog in my brain, we'll say, you know what I mean? So I'm able to produce and create a lot more now and just see the path that's in front of me for what it is instead of feeling all clouded, you know?
I mean, it's hard enough to see, even in the best of times, you know, life is not easy.
That's it.
But sometimes the alcohol doesn't help as much as we think.
No, and I like initially thought that it was helping me kind of like suppress like
relax or suppress?
Well, like kind of like suppress the stress almost.
Yeah, suppress the stress.
And I just quickly realized that if anything, it was just adding more stress to my life.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people were happy, you know, around me and stuff like that. So it changed the whole environment of how I'm living now. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
And now 10 months in, you're probably starting to see some of the effects.
Oh, big
from
time.
Those choices.
I almost realized initially, like right away. Like honestly, within the first week, I noticed a huge difference in my emotions and in my everyday like happiness almost. Like, and like I've just been nonstop probably since the day.
That's amazing. How is it with, because often we get into those habits in the creative process itself, right? Like we think like, oh, we need to be stoned or we need to be drunk to be creative because we can loosen up. How did you manage keeping, you know, the creative juices going, the activities going, but not participating in sort of probably the other half?
Yeah, I feel
which
that.
was the drinking, or is that even possible? Like,
it's definitely possible. Everything's possible when you put your mind to it, Rich. So at the end of it all, I quickly like noticed that the drinking and like using that to like get loose and like try and like relax, it's the same as just telling yourself you can relax and taking a minute to like have a deep breath.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need a substance to like get you into that zone. It's really, it's all your mindset and how you want to approach things, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like I really, even the people that come to record at my place, maybe smoke a joint or two or whatever if that helps you relax. I don't mind. I'm not going to judge. You can have a beer or two. I don't mind. But there's no point in being tipsy or sloshed or to the point where I find it inhibits everything and it makes you, like I said, less productive. So
I'm just amazed. I've been watching who is it? Well, Eminem, of course, is 14 or 15 years
something
sober.
Like that. Yeah.
Like Dre, like 50 Cent doesn't touch anything. Like there's a lot, and I know those are old school guys.
Still though, they're people to look up to.
But they've survived, and they seem to be doing okay in business, like in life.
Exactly.
You know, so it's interesting how sometimes even what we portray in the lyrics or in the music is a different thing.
Yeah, that's it. Like we portray like this big party lifestyle a lot in the hip hop genre and like living it up and like, you know, throwing cash around and stuff like that. That's not all it is. Like we are real people. We do have emotions too. I'm trying to get to that side of the music now. Rather than just like, oh, look at me, I'm flashing things around and this is what I own. No, it's not about that. Yeah. Look at Joyner Lucas, for example. Okay. Every video that he puts out is a story, and I swear to God, like every song that he puts out can make you cry. Yeah, like, because he's going for real stuff, real emotions. That's it. You want to relate to your audience, right? Yeah. Yeah. That's why you're doing it. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to portray an image that like, oh, I'm some like thug that's like just flashing everything I own. That's not who I am. I'm in this for like trying to reach the audience and like trying to connect with everybody. Yeah. So how do people connect with you, and how do they watch what you're putting out there, and how can they support you? You guys can check me out on literally every platform. MPC Smoke on everything. Yeah. Yeah, I'm proud of that. I'm on every major media platform. Doing pretty good numbers wise. Aside from that, the main way that you can get a hold of me is probably Instagram. I pay the most attention to that. Yeah. And I read all my comments on YouTube. So if like you ever reach out in the comments, I'll generally see it. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much for that. And that goes for my studio, everything. Like MPC Smoke is generally how you'll reach me best. Find you. Yeah. What do you most want to share with the audience about, you know, what's happening right now and what you're excited about in the world you're living in? You know, like what's the carrot? What are you so excited about doing these days? These days, I'm very excited about bringing on new artists onto my team and kind of helping them better their approach at everything.
Okay.
I've actually had a few artists that are like pretty inspired by me not drinking. They've actually quit drinking as well.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool that I can uplift people like that. That's one thing. Another thing that's huge is like because of all of this, we're actually getting a lot more opportunities, and I've been branching out to a lot of different venues and people like yourself to try and get us to the more attention for everybody that we deserve. So that's been a lot of fun. We're going to be doing multiple shows. Like I said, we've got the show coming up in Sudbury, and we've got a following show coming up in Sudbury, but we're not sure if it's going to be at the Grand or the HQ yet. So stay posted. I'll definitely be posting that on my Instagram. And after all that's said and done, I think it's the North Bay Block Party and then going on tour.
That's cool.
Canada-wide, yeah.
That'd be fun, eh?
Oh, so much fun. I'm going to bring the whole family with me, so it'll be nice. And I got to travel as a kid, so I want my daughter to be able to travel as well, and my wife to be able to travel and say that we did it.
How old's your daughter?
She's 4.5. She'll be 5 in July on the 22nd.
I bet she's teaching you a thing or two.
Oh my God. It doesn't stop. It really doesn't. I'm a constant cleaning train at home.
Yeah?
So yeah, me and my wife, we're constantly running around after her, picking up every little mess. We don't live in the biggest apartment.
And then you realize what you did to your parents.
Oh,
eh?
yeah. I definitely feel bad. I know that like I definitely want to get her into cleaning up more because that's like the main thing.
Yeah.
But aside from that, she's such an angel. She's so well behaved. Every time she comes back from school, she's in the best mood.
So when your daughter is looking back on this interview in 15 years, and if you had a chance to tell her as a young adult anything, what would you tell her? Give one bit of advice right now today that comes to mind that you would say to your daughter as a young adult? What's the advice from Pops?
Well, Dahlia, you can do anything that you put your mind to. And don't be afraid to try. You're gonna make me cry, man.
No, I love it. That's good. That's real. Because that's what we want. We all need to hear.
Yeah, no,
from
absolutely.
Our parents,
like
maybe
everybody
even the
out
most.
there. Like I was always told growing up that you could be anything that you want to be, and I said that in the last interview. So it's definitely something that I hold close.
And
you know what I mean?
She's gonna hear that message because it'll be out there on YouTube.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it'll be awesome.
Well, that's cool. Thanks for opening up like that. It's
no
really
problem.
nice. You're gonna make me cry because like.
Hey, emotions are healthy. I don't care what anybody else has to say about that. Be who you are. Be proud of it. You know.
I totally agree. And if we could have less shame around like feeling,
that's it.
Then maybe we'd be better off. I don't know. I think so.
I feel that. No, but I'm a sad boy at heart. You know what I mean?
Like, I can cry at movies way too easily. I'm sensitive.
It's so bad. I don't go to the theater for that reason. I swear.
Really?
I just wait for it to come out, and I watch it at home with my wife. Like that's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so you take all those emotions. Like that's the thing with artists. I was, often people who are interested in sharing and expressing and making and creating do feel so much.
I feel like we're very empathic.
Yeah, exactly. And that obviously is beautiful and a weapon, but it's a double-edged sword.
That's
because
right.
You can also take on too much.
That's it. I develop a lot of stress from other people's problems, I've noticed. Like a lot of the artists that'll come to my studio, they'll unload. They'll just vent. Because it's in their music as well, So I got to listen to all of it and take it for what it is. And it's healthy, but it also is like you can take on a lot. And sometimes it can be too much. But you got to just remember that like you're doing this for a reason at the end of the day. And all of this work eventually will pay off, whether you believe it or not. And it's important to believe in yourself, like definitely.
Sure. I always think of old people and how like they've kind of seen everything, so at that like they start laughing at everything again. Like it's like young people and old people, that's who should be our models, because we don't take it so seriously at those parts in our life. In the middle we think we got somewhere to go.
No, and we're a human. We're all going to make mistakes in life. You know what I mean?
So it's recover as fast as possible.
That's it. And you can only like learn from making these mistakes. You know what I mean? But it's your choice if you're going to learn or not. You can't just dwell in it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to share with your and my audience before we hit the road here? Because I just think that was like a beautiful summary of so much going on. I think people know where to find you and like can support a little bit of what you guys are doing as you're building momentum. And
no, absolutely.
growing.
You can just make sure to check me out on all of my socials. That's MPC Smoke. And take a look out for my artists. Benji next up. Really, really big deal. Trust me, he's going to be next up. So definitely keep an eye out for him. We got some big things on the way, and we're doing tons of stuff. So
cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in, man.
Anytime.
Really appreciate it.
I really appreciate it.
Adam, do you have any questions? Adam has no question. Yeah. Oh, yes.
I don't know. Is there any interesting things going on?
Oh, yeah.
In hip hop or in local hip hop?
What's in exactly?
That don't necessarily relate to you personally. Or...
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so local hip hop, there's definitely a lot of things that are going on. I'm seeing, for example, like this whole Roni tour is crazy. It's going all across Canada, and I know that that's getting a lot of views right now and a lot of attention right now. You've also got Robbie G doing like his own thing, coming out of Vancouver, I believe, and like they're just constantly pushing out work. So anytime that an artist is really interested in doing a show, most of the time they do come out here, and it's all about just reaching out. You can literally get yourself like ahead just by outreaching to the proper people, right? Like just as simple as me messaging Rich and asking if he'd be interested in doing an episode or something like that. It's really all about asking, and there's lots of stuff available out here. Like there's multiple producers. I know like 3 offhand that live within a block radius from me. You know what I mean? There's so many different like shows and stuff you can do yourself even without
Is there a place
needing...
to find out information about what's happening locally that's like a resource, a group,
It's really
channel?
Unfortunate that there isn't much on actually.
How do you hear about what's happening locally? Like how does
honestly, I hear from Rich. I hear from RFP for a lot of the stuff, and
I think a lot of people are just like tapped into like
that's
each
it.
other, so it's like I know someone will know a friend who knows a friend.
So
that's
it's like
it.
Instagram
If you keep
DMs.
your ear to the ground, you're gonna get whiff of something. You know what I mean? And
it's through like direct messaging.
yeah, a lot of it is like just really paying attention to what's coming locally and jumping on the opportunity. But it happens very often. Like you'd be surprised how many times that there are shows out here, and I often like brush past them. I don't even realize that they're going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it would be beneficial if there was some kind of platform where we could announce all these things as one big group where everything is like covered for our area. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Hopefully that's something that comes about in the near future.
Yeah,
who knows? Maybe us talking
figure out
about
a
this will
solution.
create it.
Exactly. I know there's a desire for it. We just got to figure out how to do it.
Exactly. And it's just a matter of like the right people working together. So that's it. Like as long as all of the groups are somehow connected in one way, like we can all get the same information. So that's really about that.
What are the venues left in North Bay?
That's a good question, actually. I know that they have the Capitol Center. They have the Fraser, which is where everybody really does their
The Fraser is basically the last place standing.
Yeah, I know. The Raven's gone now, apparently.
The Raven's gone. I think Lou Dogs is doing well. I go there.
Yeah, they started taking...
they do shows and they do stuff.
They're really specific about who they take on, though. It's like, it's got to fit their style, right? Lou Dogs, Louisiana-themed barbecue grill kind of thing. So you're looking more at like... country, maybe might be able to slip some pop punk in there.
Yeah, but they shut down early. Like they don't try to encourage an all night thing. But at Fraser, it's still a bar.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
then where else is
the
there?
Fraser is fairly small. That's the only thing. But other than that, no, there's not really that much going on. Oh, the band shell is available for like booking. We're gonna be doing that this summer, so that's definitely doable. It's just a matter of talking to the right people. I am still in the whole process of like communicating with people and trying to work it all out. Also, money, unfortunately, is always involved in something like that.
You need
so
insurance.
yeah, exactly. So on the fly, I did actually think of another venue that is opening up, the New Ontario Brewery.
Well, that they seem to be doing more.
I got invited to perform there in the very near future. We haven't set a date yet or anything like that, but they're very interested in younger audiences and outreaching. So that's another thing for local artists
And
to
the other
probably
brewery
jump
too,
on.
Gateway, is doing more too because they have the space beside. They have a bigger space now.
Yeah, exactly.
So so this summer, hopefully we get something
new
going
places,
on,
yeah.
some new places. That's cool.
I think a lot of doors are opening up right now for us. And like my whole goal from doing this whole record label thing is to get North Bay kind of on the map, but all as like a group of us working together. I try to like corner market the market for it. You know what I mean? So that way it's just all of us working together instead of us all bumping heads.
Yeah.
And we can all like
It's
organize
hard though.
events
We know,
a lot
don't
easier.
you know? After being here a couple of years,
Yeah, there's
seen
definitely
each other-
fallouts and stuff like that, and like
People get
it'll
really-
always happen. But it's important to keep business in mind, and like if you approach everything at a business like approach, then you should be fine. Like don't pull friends and stuff into it. You know what I mean? Like really just try and do it professionally right from the hop, and you shouldn't have any issues. Me managing multiple artists, I do most of the work for them. They just have to create, and then I tell them like, hey, we've got this to go and do. Do you want to be a part of it? Hey, we got this video. Do you want to be a part of it? Like so.
And then you coordinate and rally people together.
Exactly. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thanks for doing it, man. We need somebody to do that, pull things together. So yeah, we'll try to do more, and let's figure out a way to solve that problem about how do we find out about things. Maybe it is just direct. I'm not saying we need to come up with some big thing, but it'd be interesting.
It'd be as easy as just starting a Facebook page and somebody just really keeping their ear to the ground and posting it every time they hear something that's going on in the area.
Maybe.
But that being said, it can't be like clouded by garage sales and stuff like that.
There's
because
gotta be
that's
a way to
often
do it.
how it turns out to be. You know what I mean? And then people don't pay attention. So
Awesome.
yeah.
All right, man. We're going to go follow you in your channels. The show's coming up in Sudbury. Follow you to get more details. Ask for tickets. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this and learned something new about what's happening in North Bay with some... How would you describe your music? Punk, rap?
I don't have a genre, man. I don't have a genre.
Like, if you had to-
I'd describe my music as
if you just met Adam, because Adam, by the way, the one connection I'm just going to make officially here is I'm going to introduce you guys, but Adam's an amazing creator too.
oh, awesome.
Just so you know. He's
so
not just a pretty face behind the camera.
if I had to put something onto it, it's literally just any genre of hip hop imaginable. I try not to close too many doors because I work with so many different artists. So
definitions, definitions.
exactly.
Music. There's two kinds of music, good and bad.
That's it. That's
what
it.
Somebody famous said. That's so funny. Okay, subscribe, like. Thanks for coming, man. Really appreciate it.
Anytime.
Second interview under the belt together. I'm sure it won't be the last.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Let's go, North Bay.
Let's go.